All right, Eric, my child's 10 years old. That has to be too young to be weightlifting.
So if your child's 10 years old, what else are they doing? Do you watch and monitor everything they do? Are they jumping off counters, jumping out of trees, climbing fences, all that kind of stuff?
No, I'm incredibly negligent.
No.
Okay.
And that's the thing also too. I get a lot of kids that are like, oh, I shouldn't be but they've got them playing tackle football. So what makes coming into a facility, working with someone that teaches them how to move well first and optimize body position? And then once they optimize body position, we load that position so they get stronger. We create stronger adaptations, stronger joints, stronger ligaments, tendons, connective tissues, so that way they can handle the demands of their sport better. How is that a bad thing? That's the number one thing I always say to people when they're like, well, it's just way too young. They're not ready for it. Well, what else are they doing? And then they start listing off different things. Well, you look at a lot of the things kids do these days, and that's their detriment to, getting hurt or not being able to progress. When they come in, again, every kid that walks in the door, they have to earn their way to moving heavy weight. Heavy's a relative number to the individual. It's heavy to a 10-year-old is different than a 15-year-old or even 10-year-olds. You may have a 10-year-old that's 4'5" and weighs 70 pounds, and you have some 10-year-olds that are 5'4" and weigh 140 pounds. There's still going to be strength discrepancies there. But doing what's relative to them and then making sure that they know how to move efficiently and then loading that movement, there's nothing damaging about it. You can go and look at all the data, all the research. There's a guy by the name of Avery Feigenbaum that's done a ton of research in youth and child sport performance and resistance training, and he's seen all kinds of positive effects. It does nothing to stunt growth. It does nothing to do anything to your cartilage or your tissues or anything like that. It only has positive adaptations to it when done properly. But that's also the problems. A lot of people have this perception when they come in, they're going to start bodybuilding. Well, I don't want my kid bodybuilding. Well, you're not going to be. That's not what we do here. That's really not what we do with anyone unless that's your specific goal and you're paying for one-on-one private training. That's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to optimize their ability to handle the demands of day-to-day life, of their sport, of them playing outside, just the things that kids do. And so teaching them how to move better and how to move optimally and then start loading those movements is only going to translate and turn around into that, into their day-to-day lives and into their sports.
And you see, I know I have a son that plays video games, and we're letting kids be sedentary for longer times. There's you can opt out of gym class and get a note that little Jimmy gets anxious, before going to gym class. It's we can fix those things. And even body position, I've seen you working with them, even my son, it's their mobility is like an 80-year-old. They can't touch their toes. They can't. I'm like, well, what happens when you're playing sports and someone moves you to that spot? You break, you strain muscles and do all that. So just watching that happen little by little, it's almost like a bad diet. How do you want to get hurt? You know what I mean? It's like the silent killer sitting still, lunged over and with their phones, heads down, neck issues, shoulder tension, all that stuff. It's not going to make you better at sports. It's not going to make you better at playing ultimate frisbees with your buddies. It's not going to help you anywhere. And it gets you into a practice of caring about how your body's working. And there is I don't see any downsides to it versus the alternative. Are they moving and working out and training somewhere else, just not weightlifting with us or doing something with us? And the answer in most cases is no. They might be in a basement or somewhere playing video games, or they're on their phone, or they're doing something that usually not under the guidance of parents or a guided eye, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Kids should go play, but I'd rather my kid be able to do all that stuff, and even if it's not top performance, to not get hurt when they fall off their bike, to not get hurt. Yeah.
That's the things. You don't want to sit there to babysit your kid every minute of the day, but then knowing that if they do fall off their bike, or if they do fall off climbing a fence or fall off a tree, odds of them getting hurt are much lower because their body has the strength and the stability to handle those stresses placed upon them. Rather than, if they don't do anything, you fall off a 2-foot fence, your odds of something going wrong are pretty high, Whereas, if you have an athlete that knows has great body awareness through the things that we teach, and has the strength and stability in the joints, even if they don't land in a great position, their odds of getting hurt are much less because their body and the joints, the connective tissue can handle those stresses.
100%. So if you're thinking, if you have a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, a young girl, a young boy that you just want to know if this might be right for him or want to try it, I recommend you go to munciecrossfit.com. In the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little chat icon. Shoot a note. It usually goes right to Coach Eric here. he'll be able to respond and see if I'm setting up a time to come in, even observe one of Eric's current classes with the kids, the makeups of kids that are training right there to get a sense of it. Might be right for you, even just to mix in with that, or even if they don't play any sports at all. Given the nature of gym class and opting out, this might be a more fun, engaging, interesting approach to it that your son or daughter might be more interested in trying.
Absolutely. I actually have a couple of my athletes that are that way. I consider everyone an athlete. So even my kids that come in that don't play sports, you're still an athlete in the building. We are an athlete of life. And, I am training you to counteract the effects of all the sitting, all the things you do. So you feel better and you move better and you can get through your day better. But that's absolutely true. I actually do have a couple kids that are that way. So
Excellent. Well, thanks, Eric, and hopefully we'll see whoever watches this, your son or daughter soon. And again, chat with us, check us out, and get scheduled.
thanks.